In this video, we'll cover the checkout form validation for shipping, billing, and credit card. Alrighty, so basically what we want to do here is finish up the remaining sections for shipping, billing address, and credit card. And we'll add the validation here for these sections. And our development process is just more of the same. All right, so basically we'll just go through and we'll add the validation rules, define the getter methods, and update the HTML template. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and swing into our IDE. So in this section here, we'll kind of focus on adding the validation for shipping address. So for step one, we'll specify the validation rules for the form controls. So I'm in checkoutcomponent.ts right now. I'll move down here to the section for shipping address. This is where we'll do all of our work. And I'll just go ahead and copy paste some of the coding from up above. So I'll just copy this form control code and I'll put it down here for a street. And then I'll also clean everything up to kind of put it all on 2 lines here. Alright, so that'll work out for a street. So required min length 2 and not only white space. I'll do a similar thing here for city. So just a quick copy paste here. And then a similar thing for zip code down at the bottom. I'll just remove that extra comma at the end there. Okay, that looks good. And then for state and country, those are drop-down lists. So there's no input that the user will actually type. So here I'll simply just make those fields required. So I'll just clean this up a bit and only use required here, because there's no white space or anything that the user can enter, just selecting an item. So there we go, validate as required. All right, that's good. And I'll apply the same here for country. Alrighty, so that looks pretty good here for the validation rules for shipping address. Now in step 2, we'll define the getter methods to access the form controls. So I'll just move down here where I have the getter methods defined. I'll just copy the one here for email and I'll paste it. And I'll simply rename the method as shipping address street. And then returns shipping address dot street. So that's the actual name of the form control, or the reference to the form control. And remember, we'll use these methods on our actual HTML template to access the form control. So now let me go ahead and copy this line X number of times, and I'll go through and just update the fields here. So shipping address city. Shipping address dot city. And I just repeat the process here for state, country, and zip code. All right, so this looks pretty good. So make sure you get everything just right as I have here on the screen, because we need it to be set up just right in order for Angular to access it accordingly. Alrighty, so we have all of the methods updated along with the appropriate fields. So this looks pretty good. Stand back here and just take a look at my work. Make sure everything's okay. And oops, I see a typo. Get shipping address state. Ooh, an extra T. Let's get rid of that. All right. Oof, that's better. Okay. Shipping address state. All right. So kind of pause the video here. Make sure your code follows exactly what I have here on the screen. Make sure it's all correct. And from there, we're in pretty good shape. So good job.